Alright, it's time for the next character. Next up, we got my Haven character from my Wattpad fic that only has one part, but I need to work on it, and that is what I'm probably going to be watching later. Is going to be a rewatching of Haven while I charge my phone because it is at 11%. Let me quickly plug it in. Okay, now it is plugged in. Haven. Turns out Duke has a daughter, because that's what I did. Her name is MJ. She has a lot of secrets from her father and everyone in Haven. This is because she has to protect everyone from the one thing that could kill them all. What happens when one of her secrets gets told because a certain person shows up again and he tells everyone? Will Duke be okay with them being together? Does Nathan have anything against MJ? Find out in this version of Haven. So basically, MJ has a weird... So most Crockers, and usually it's the firstborn males, are able to kill people with troubles and end the troubles for that family line. As we all know. All Crockers are. She doesn't. She actually has her mother's trouble, because Duke didn't know her mom had a trouble. She, is actually able to do, basically, what did I say? Fuck. Give me a second, I don't remember what I wrote. Also, this is kind of the look I was thinking for her, facial-wise. Of course, I'm getting a stupid spam call. I have no idea where that cut out, so... Got a spam call while I'm recording. Of course I do. So this is kind of the idea I'm going for kind of what, like... Facial-wise, I'm thinking something different, but, like, kind of in that range. So, give me the... Quick... Second. Okay, so, So, Audrey basically is like, hey, Duke, we need your help. Dave said he saw someone who can control the elements. And MJ just is like, oh, wait, I think he saw me. But yeah. There's a lot more, so they go to see Vince and Dave. Vince recognizes her for other reasons. So, Dave's like, Vince, there she is! It's Amelia Spencer! MJ being MJ is like, sorry, but that's my mom. I'm MJ Crocker. Yeah, my dad is Dookie here. Dave, right? I do have her trouble. Sorry for if seeing me scared you, basically. Vince basically is like, can we talk, to MJ. And so they, go to the back room. Pulls a knife on her, and it's just like, so, Vince, I once told you that one day we'll meet again, but you would be 27 years older. I would look the same. I never lied to you, Vince. You can't tell Audrey that we've met. Basically, stuff like that happens. So, I'm trying to remember why so she went back 27 years into the past. Basically, when her dad and mom were kids. Nathan was a kid. She met, the Colorado kid. Fell in love with him. And all this stuff. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, I'd have to reread it. On my actual this account. So stuff like that happens a lot with me. Excuse me. I had some soda. But yeah, so she's sassy like Duke. But she's in love with the Colorado kid, and they do end up together. Again, changing people's histories. Howard, the barn guy, as I have it, is basically takes her back in time and shows her and has her meet him and all this other stuff. Other things happen, and I don't remember what I was planning. But yeah, she's in love with Audrey and Nathan's kid. And she's Duke's kid. So that's so basically that my thought process was for whenever he comes back. I literally cannot think of his name right now. The Colorado kids. They have a kid, and their kid basically has the ability to bring the troubles throughout any time, but also take them away through any time. So if during the normal 27 years happens, that kid would be able to take the troubles away from anyone that they chose, or the entire town, or everyone in the world, if they wanted to, depending on what was going on in the world. Or other times where like they felt like they needed to, or they were just having a bad day, they could just give everyone troubles, no matter what. Even people who already have them, it would just be amplified. I don't know. I haven't fully decided if that's actually what I want to do. It'd be cruel, but tempting. So, it's kind of. I do have a Harry Potter OC, but I'm not gonna use her anymore. I don't really write for her anymore. It was like if Terry had a twin sister, basically. I'm done writing that. But and I am going to eventually write a Marauders one, where it's James's sister who ends up with a Regulus. Because, yes, I'm going to have Regulus changed as well. I like to change things because Regulus shouldn't have died, in my opinion. Because that was stupid. He shouldn't have gone alone. In my version, he won't. She goes with him to stop him from dying. Basically. So. Alright, let me go on to AO3 because I know I have one on here that I haven't published anywhere else. And then I'll get into an OC who I have that is not part of, a couple of them that are not part of any of this. Why did I open this up to my own fic? Of course I did. My works. So, no, I guess I don't. Weird. Alright, give me 1 second. So I guess I was wrong. I don't actually have more that I have to actually look up. So the other two, I guess I haven't posted anything for those two. So I will talk about Astra first. She is the daughter of Loki and Tony Stark, because I honestly could see that happening, and I just love that ship because Tony would, like, knowingly or unknowingly, he would get with Loki. But he's unknowingly with him. And again, I'm doing, when it comes to my fics with Loki, with anyone really, I'm always making them gender fluid like they are. And yes, I know I'm saying they, them a lot, and I will change it occasionally to he, him. It just depends on what I'm doing. So Loki, Loki kind of had to leave to protect them, because he had, like, basically, Odin gave him an ultimatum. Either he can stay on Earth and never be allowed to see his family again. Like, this is before Loki even finds out about being a frost giant. Or, well, basically, he can stay on Earth, but he loses his family. Like, and Odin doesn't know about his daughter. He doesn't know about Astra. Yeah. It's fun. She's a fun character to kind of think of, like, what to write with her. So basically, to protect the man he loves and his daughter, Loki's like, I'll stay on Asgard and I'll never see them again. Can I at least say goodbye? Odin gives him that, and so Loki kind of tells Tony that it's like, oh, I'm going away to see some family for a little bit. I'll let you know when I'm coming back. Well, he doesn't, because he never does. And he kind of tells Astra, it's like, I love you, and all this stuff, and never comes back. Tony resents him, but thinking it's a woman, so he resents her. Resents her, yeah. Astra understands it, because she ended up getting kidnapped by Hydra. Hydra somehow learned up time travel. Don't ask me. I just want my brain likes. I like doing time travel with Hydra for some reason. Sends her back in time to try to kill Steve. They sent her too far back. She meets Steve as a scrawny kid. Starts to kind of like him. Likes Bucky too at the same time. So in the 40s, they're in a polyamorous relationship. But she also has powers like Loki. And she learns from a very young age. But she also gets she gets trained by Freyja before she gets sent back in time, because she's able to, visit her and, like, holographicness or illusionist in Freyja ways. That's how I'm gonna put it. Just to make sure she's okay, and trains her. And she finds out that she can change her form from her basically Midgardian form, or half Acer form, to her frost giant form, like, willingly, unlike her dad. Ma. Parental unit. No idea how to refer to Loki right now. But, so she uses that a lot, and the only person who can really, and she has this connection with both of the boys, both Steve and Buck, and so she's able to work with him, and she's the one of the few people who calls him James. Like, everyone else calls him Buck or Bucky, mostly Bucky, and she's the only one who he lets call her James without getting annoyed. So she has all this stuff going on, and then she ends up back in her time. And then, you know, she gets free, so, like, somehow she gets out, finds her dad, starts, like, he will not let her do anything. Like, and also at this time, Tony's kind of with Pepper. So Astra's, like, not a big fan of it, like, and she's, like, 18 or 19 at this time. She's, like, not a big fan of her dad and Pepper, but, like, she gets it. She wants her dad and mom, parent, dad to be together. So when... You know, what I decided with this is that it's after New York, after all that stuff. After Steve and Buck have found each other. Thor brings Loki. She knows who Loki is immediately. And she's both so happy and so scared to see what Loki's reaction is going to be to seeing her again. And so then she tries to parent trap her parents without having a twin. She gets a lot of help from Nat because I like Nat and I love her so much. So it's a little bit about Astra. Then we have our lovely character who I know will have a lot of people might have issue with because of who our parents are. But the reason why I say this is because of who they are. But I'm prefacing this by thinking I'm going based off Greek mythology rules on this one. And I think a lot of people already picked it up now. Because the reason I'm doing that is so it makes it even less weird. Because, for example, a lot of the Greek gods and goddesses were raised as siblings, yet they still screwed each other. My next character is Nova. Also ends up with Steve and Bucky. A weird thing with that strip. I don't know why. She is the daughter of Loki and Thor. Now, before any of y'all go in the comments like, oh, they're brothers, adopted. That's literally Thor's argument every time when someone brings that up. And finally, at one point, Nat just says, you do realize that in Greek mythology, they screwed their own siblings and parents, right? They're like, yeah, they're worse than us. And now that with Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder coming out, we're actually getting Olympus and we're getting the Greek gods. So it's like, But, people, fight me. Oh, probably just my brother. I'll go back to his room. Anyway. She is their daughter. Her name is Nova. Ironically, Nova Stark, because I have two weird versions of her story. Well, not really. I don't know. Her life is weird. Because there's one where she's raised with Thor knowing who she is, and there's one where she's raised without him knowing, because from that one she's kind of like given up from the get-go because she has Odin is a I don't know why in all three I've made Odin have to kind of be a dick. Of my Marvel ones, but it's just like I don't know. I think it's all the fics I've been writing where Odin is a dick. But he kind of is. Well, he isn't. He isn't. Anyway, like the characterization of Odin, not actual Odin. He cool. Marvel Odin's a dick. Anthony Hopkins Odin's a dick. That's what she said. Anyway, but the one where Thor knows who she is and her relation to him is funnier in my head because so how she ends up becoming Nova Stark is really funny. Well, not funny, it's sad and makes me want to punch Odin because I'm the one writing this, so I should want to punch myself. Odin gives Thor an ultimatum. I like doing ultimatums, I don't know why, with Odin. But, Yeah, that's kind of what he did with Taylor, too. Anyway, Odin basically tells Thor, you have two options. One, you give up your title and we kill them, and you're banished from Asgard, basically killing Nova and Loki. Or two, you tell Loki that the throne is more important and you break his heart, and your daughter goes away. And Nova is in the room, and she's like 2 or 3 at the time. I don't like. She's very, very young. That like normally most people wouldn't remember this after they get older. She does. So Thor looks to her, and she just like, do what you think is right. Basically, telling Thor to sacrifice me. Let him do what he wants to me. Let him throw me out of Asgard, but keep you and him safe. Basically, you and Loki safe. So he says, I will do the latter. I will do the latter. I will break my brother's heart. And he still calls him brother, because I don't know why in every Thor and Loki fanfic I've read, he still calls him brother. I think it's because they were raised that way. Anyway. So he does this. Thor's mind is wiped of the agreement. So he and who Nova is. Loki finds out that and so Odin finds out about her heritage, and so basically says, well, she's being cast to Jotunheim, she is to die, and all this stuff. And she doesn't die. Odin just sends her to Latvia, takes her, basically leaves her to die. So he does kind of leave her to die. But her story's a little weird. She ends up, in this version, she kind of ends up with Thanos, and like Thanos before, he's kind of a jerk in my head, like around his brother Eros, so it's cool. And then something happens, he goes psycho, and Eros like, okay, I'm taking to Earth, bye-bye. And so she's left, and she's raised as Howard Stark's sister, so she's like Tony's aunt. Ends up with the boys, because we love the boys. And also, she ends up working with Hydra, an undercover agent for S.H.I.E.L.D., basically. So when they find out she can change her form willingly to that of a frost giant, again, I do that a lot whenever it's a Loki's kid, she becomes known as the Ice Princess, who works well with the Winter Soldier, and they send her mostly to stay with the Widows Widow program. So she meets Natasha, and so she knew her as Natalia. So when she meets Nat again, and Nat recognizes her, like, because she'll recognize the facial features, just not she won't be blue. She'll look at her, just like, who are you and why are you here? And she just, one time Nova just lets it slip saying Natalia, and she's like, no one here knows that. No one but Clint knows that. And so she tells her, and she tries to stab her, and stuff happens and goes down. But, so the reason I find it funny that Odin didn't think that she would need her mind erased by Frigga. But Frigga doesn't worry about it at all. So Nova, her entire life, knows the truth. Knows that her dads love each other. Oh, and it all started because Fenrir's like, hey Loki, I bet you can't seduce Thor. Started with a bet from Fandral. Because that's what I feel like would be like accurate. Because he's a trickster. Loki's the trickster. He's the god of mischief. You dare him to do something that's technically mischievous and trickery. It's gonna do it. I don't think he thought it was gonna work out that well. Well, it did. So. And my thought process is like when that was happening, Thor knew who it was, did not care. Called him brother. Loki didn't even register it. Or call him sister, I haven't decided. Doesn't register it at all because she's enjoying it so much. And then ends up pregnant. She's like, oh my god, that's pretty good. Thor finds out, was like, we have a kid! So, and I think because in my head Thor knows, but never told Loki that he knew, like, right away. Like, Loki eventually tells Thor the truth because she can lift Mjolnir. It's a little weird. So Loki tells him the truth, and he's like, "Oh my god, I didn't know I have a kid." So they start working together. And then Odin finds out, and so when Loki sees Nova for the first time in years and finds out she's alive, he's like, "Oh my god, my daughter's alive." Thor's like, "Wait a minute, daughter," and kind of has memories of Loki having a kid, and starts thinking, he's like, "Wait a minute. I think didn't he the last person he had sex was before her with me?" And then it registers and his memories click in, and possibly I haven't said that yet, so that happens. I don't know. I was just on top of the OCs. We're not gonna talk about the stories. So let me know if you guys want. Sorry, I had another spam call. So let me know if you guys want to hear specifics about the stories or about the characters, or if you guys want more details about what they look like, because I'm having a hard time visualizing them right now just because I have so many things going through my head. Because the next thing I'm going to record is the first part of the... So these are my notes for the season 1 of Supernatural. There's not a lot, but then you get into season 2, there's a bit more. Yeah, season 3, a little bit less. Season 4, a little bit. Yeah, season 5. This blue right here is just a summary of the season. I know I missed specifics because I didn't write the Horseman stuff in here, and I wrote it in here for the key points. I didn't even get to the character until the back page. So, let me know if there's anything else you guys want me to talk about. If you guys want me to just do a specific video on each character, kind of their story, what their story would look like in a fan fiction. Like, if you guys want to write these fan fictions for these characters, please let me know. I will gladly let you use them. Because I'm having a hard time just straight writing right now. So you're getting videos like this instead. So yeah, just let me know. And have a fantastic rest of y'all days. So I'm going to steal my favorite TikTok creator's sign-offs from his lives. Because it's who I am. And it's a good shout out to him. Because he's going to be probably the first content creator I do as a video series like this. So, run fast, laugh hard, be kind, stay nerdy.